الإسلام هو الإسلام هو الإسلام هو الإسلام.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة أفضلها والتسليم أتمه على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين محمد بن عبد الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. As a continuation of what has been discussed in our previous episode, today also I shall be sharing with you two more elements of the Islamic worldview and the objectives of the Islamic worldview. The remaining two important elements of the Islamic worldview are the hereafter and happiness. The hereafter means the day of judgment, the day of resurrection, and how resurrections takes place. Are we going to be resurrected by our bodies or soul, or both of them? So what is the Islamic worldview stance pertaining to the hereafter? What happens during that day? How will we meet? And whom are you going to meet? And what happens to you during that resurrection? We will be dealing in details with the concept of the hereafter and how it looks like as prescribed in the Quran and Sunnah, and what are the main issues related to the hereafter. The last element perhaps of the Islamic worldview is the happiness. What is happiness? How do you measure your happiness? Is happiness measured based on the wealth you possess, the position that you are holding in this life? How do you measure your happiness? Is happiness measured by your faith or your accumulation of resources? Who is the most happiest person on earth? Is the one with Allah, God, or the one who enjoys his life because everything has been provided for him? So what is happiness in the Islamic perspective, or from the Islamic perspective? Another issue is the Islamic worldview's vision enhances mankind to understand the idea of cosmos and the cosmological truth and pattern. The Islamic worldview explains the epistemological rules and principles that need to be considered while dealing with issues of existence or life. On the other hand, the Islamic worldview explains theological matters pertaining to the belief system and matter of faith and worship. Who should you worship? Who is God? And for what purpose you have been created? Furthermore, Islamic worldview could determine the ethical system necessary for balance and stability in human. Now, what are the objectives of the Islamic worldview? First and foremost, the Islamic worldview provides the Muslims with the true knowledge and explanation about the world, seen and unseen, visible and invisible, as they are explained in the Quran. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is عالم الغيب والشهادة الكبير المتعال. عالم الغيب والشهادة الكبير المتعال, which means he is the knower of the seen and the unseen, the all great, most exalted, as mentioned in Surah Al-Ra'd verse 9, that is the Quran 13:9. Number two, Islamic worldview also teaches people the way and method how to achieve the main values of Islam in human life. Number three, Islamic worldview also establishes the fundamental ethical precepts such as justice, freedom, trust, and dignity of human life and existence. Islamic worldview comprises both a dunya and an akhirah aspects, in which the dunya aspect must be related profoundly to the akhirah aspect, and in which the akhirah aspect has ultimate and final significance. Islamic worldview is not a worldview that is formed mainly by the gathering together of various cultural objects, values, and phenomena into artificial coherence. Nor is it one that is formed gradually through a historical process of philosophical speculation and scientific discovery, which must of necessity be left vague and open-ended for future change and alteration in line with paradigms that change in correspondence with changing circumstances. So that is the most important issue pertaining to the objectives of the Islamic worldview. It teaches us so many things pertaining to our life, our existence. How do you live in this dunya? And from where you know what to do and what not to do. What is permitted for you to do as a Muslim and what is prohibited for you to be far from it, to abstain from it, to refrain from it. So who defines, for instance, good values? Who determines? Who defines? Who decides? Is it you, based on your own understanding, based on your intellectual capacity, or you need a guidance that is revelation? So as a Muslim, you should not be afraid of using your human intellect, but your human intellect should not guide you. You need revelation. So revelation and reason, al-aqlu wal-naqlu. Usually al-aql will never contradict al-naql. Your intellect should not contradict al-naql, revelation. If it happens that there is some sort of conflict or contradiction, al-naql should be first, because that is al-wahy or revelation. Whatever Allah has revealed should be accepted, because your mind might be corrupted. Your mind is very limited because it has limited capacity. Allah's knowledge has no end. It has no definite place, definite time. So you can't rely upon your human intellect. That might misguide you in life. So in the Islamic worldview, al-naqlu and al-aql, revelation and reason, should be together hand in hand. Islam will not ask you to do things that are beyond your capacity. But if you rely upon your aql to find solutions to things that are prohibited in Islam, why they are prohibited? If they are prohibited long time ago, if it used to be prohibited, it should not be prohibited today. That is how you are misguided now. So the haram or the prohibition remains haram forever. That is what Allah has said. Whether you understand it using your intellect or your human reasoning, the faculty of reason or not, it doesn't change anything. It remains prohibited. I meet you inshallah in our next episode. Till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
هو الإسلام هو الإسلام هو الإسلام